Hey, what's up, guys? I am Ben 10,000 Wide Joe, your friendly neighborhood Yu-Gi-Oh superhero, and today, guys, I've got a guest.
Howdy.
Stick around.
All right.
Alright, so if you guys haven't guessed by the title, my buddy Steven here is going to be showing this crazy, bonkers Blue Eyes deck, because bonkers is what we do here. You know, he's going to be my sidekick today. No, I'm just kidding.
That's why I have this on.
Say unplanned, but brilliantly happened.
Indeed.
Anyway, guys, so, and is there anything you want to tell them before we hop into this?
Just that I've been playing this Blue Eyes ever since I got back into the game in 2014. Shout out to the Kaiba group. Shout out to Alan Nails, Masanisa, who else? Anthony, Alex, all you guys that are in that group. Yeah, that's about it outside of the other shout outs later on in the video, but this deck can do pretty much what it's supposed to do. That Guardragon Danger debate of that and the pure build, I'm still playing Danger Guardragon because of what I can do with what I'm about to show y'all.
Oh, he's gonna show us some gnarly shit. All right, guys, let's cut to the deck profile.
Awesome. Alrighty, so this is 40 cards in the main deck. Gonna start off with the obvious 3 Blue Eyes White Dragon. You always play 3. I don't care what you idiots are thinking trying to play 2 of this. That's not gonna make it more consistent, especially with this build and the combos that I run. And then for now, I've played 1 for a while. I have not missed playing more than 2 or 3 alternatives, and you'll see why in terms of my ratios with Melody. And then the other 1-0s at the moment, Dragon Spirit of White, my nickname is White Break for it, and so you're supposed to play 2 if you're playing pure, or the 1, whichever, or none, because you people hate drawing bricks and apparently don't like to banish spell and traps. Levianeer, and only 1, because you'll see later on that I am playing, wherever it's at, Eclipse Wyvern. Whatever Brian said. Anyways, so the 1 Eclipse Wyvern, because Graveyard, Banish, add back the Levianeer, Red MD for the Guardragon stuff, and then moving on, shout out to Billy Break. I've been playing it ever since he did it at that Minneapolis Regional, or whichever event it was. This still works. This does not break if you know what you're doing. And there's also an easier way to do that in terms of a little combo. If you have 1 or the other in hand and you open Ravine, activate Ravine, discard the 1, pitch the other, and there you go. You don't have to rely on Heavenly Spheres for that whatsoever. And then one thing that's taken a hit ever since number 95 has gotten hit, the danger count has dropped drastically. I play 1 of each of the level 8s, 1 Chupacabra, 1 Snake, and 2 Jackalope. I only play these are solely for the, just because they're easy to summon, in terms of this is always going to get out on the field. It just depends if you draw or not. Special from the grave, usually I special the Ogopogo. This is recovery if you've gone through like 3 or 4 dangers, you need another monster on the board, and it's not bad for a good normal summon too, with 1500 attack. And then pop something, pop a set. And then for the rest of the monsters, 2 black and 2 white, I found that to be the easiest way of consistently seeing the cards, and so I stick with that, because you're almost never going to use 3, and so 3 is just for consistency purposes, but for 2 ofs, you see them some of the time, but not all the time. And then the main thing, 3 Draconet. This is ridiculous, how you're just able to use this for the 1 Ib and for the rest of the combo, because you play that, and then you summon this off of the Ib, after you've linked it away for Lymphonicus, or whichever link 2 you go into. And then obviously the stones, because you always play this for any Blue Eyes list you play. It's especially for a normal monster to have in hand or whatever else. For this busted little guy, So we'll show that later. It's 28 monsters and then 12 spells, which we'll get to now. 3 call, because this thing can die to hand traps, and hand traps are still relevant. I don't care if no one's maining or siding, Ash, Ogre, Veiler, Imperm, whatever. They're still relevant in some way, shape, or form. The 1 Ravine that I showed earlier, and then Monster Reborn, 3 Return, Succession, and the Guardragon specifically for the IB, Synchro, the World Chalice IB, and then the last 2, 10 and 12, I only play like 5 searchable targets, which again, Levianeer, I don't really need it for that. I only use it for the return, or my bad, the alternative, and then if you pitch one of the others, you can just use return for it. So that is the main deck. 40 cards as aforementioned. This is where it gets a little interesting with the extra deck. So obviously your Pisty, Elfie, and your Spheres, Lenfornicus, and Agripane. These are your basic things. You end on this up top for its effect to either get Goliath out, or what I do sometimes is that if there is nothing to pop, end phase, if they have spell and traps, you special the 1 spirit. If you don't do that off of the Ancients. Now for the interesting parts. Give the World Chalice and Beauregard, because there's a pseudo extra link that I've come to find out in my testing. But in this case, later on I'll show the pseudo extra link, not the whole extra link, because that takes a different extra deck. Rounding out the rest of the links, Triple Burst, Double Saryuja. You can do it with 1, but you better open everything that you need. And then Boral Sword, because this is just game. And then the last of it, Ib, Abyss, and Dragoon are your other Agripane targets. And this still negates Call by the Grave. In like the standby phase with Spheres and whatnot, this still is just the best XZs right now. I don't play the Galaxies because obviously there's not enough room, and just the fact of the matter is that those cards aren't doing anything right now unless you're going second. Here's a optimal hand for the combo. Your Draconet, your Wyvern. This is showing literally everything that you can potentially do with it, of all the possibilities and stuff. So with these 5, you'll activate your Terraforming to grab your Ravine, wherever the thing is at. This thing wasn't shuffled, I forgot. Oh well. Activate Ravine, effective Ravine, pitch your Archbrave and Goliath, like I mentioned earlier. That's the easiest way to do it, is to get those into the grave in that regard. I hate when it's always at the top when you're trying to search. And then continuing, you normally your Draconet. I know people like to use the World Chalice one, but the only reason why you don't want to use that is if you're using the Chaos Dragons, Galaxy Serpent is the light, and if I remember correctly, the World Chalice normal is a earth or a water? I don't remember. But anyways, Synchro for 5 for the Ib. Effect on summon. You can grab either Succession or Guardragon. I personally grab World Legacy Guardragon for the thing later on. So then you activate World Legacy Guardragon. You grab your Serpent, and then use these 2 for Link 2 into Lenfornicus, and then Ib to search, or special, my bad, the Guardragon, and then you link the Guardragon for either Elfie or Pisty. There is not much of a difference or reason to use one or the other, just as long as you get both of them out, you can still do your plays. And then effect of this, banish this to special a normal monster where you link monster points to, and then link this away for Pisty. The other cool thing about this is that if you leave it on the field, this protects any of your link monsters. Excuse me. And so if they're trying to target any of those or your Saryuja later on, they ain't gonna be able to do anything because you just send that and that's a Ghost Ogre. So continuing with your basic Guardragon stuff, Elfie, Pisty. Just because 95 is banned now, rest in peace, you don't necessarily care what you bring out with the random D effects, or you just don't use the random D effects at all. It just depends. So, banish this to special to black, because we don't need that anymore. And then, like 3 for triple burst. And then Pisty effect, bring out random D again. In this case, I could just special something else. So we'll just special the Wyvern in hand. Link these two, counter that as a link 1. For the Agripane. And then Agripane, in this case, we'll bring out Beauregard. And then another fun tip is that you want to make sure whatever you bring for the Saryuja, whatever the other material is something that you can chain block. Because chain link 1 to that, chain link 2 to grab white. And the other thing too is that if you don't need this anymore, after that, you just throw that back as one of your 3, because you want to keep one of the other 4 that you bring out. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, that's interesting. Like that. Don't necessarily need the melody, as long as we got targets for the return. And so, let's see. You're gonna, let's see, you would special this, and then the other thing too, guys, is the only reason why you bring this is so that way Guardragon moves it. It can target a dragon monster that you control to just, yeah. This thing is so stupid of a card. It's a really dumb card, but it works. And like these two for, actually no, I don't believe I can. So the thing that I've been figuring out as well, this is either this or Proxy Dragon. You basically just want to link 2 that you can just put there. So obviously you can't do these two, because they're both the same type and the attribute. And this has the Alistair of the Invoker of Madness summoning condition. So yeah, we'll just pretend this is Proxy Dragon for now. Both of them work, and the reason why you wouldn't use Ib is because it has better protection. So we'll just proxy that for now. Oh no, it's a proxy. Wyvern effect to banish the Legionnaire. And then if we get another Chaos Dragon, then we're good there. And then of course another thing that can be done is that you leave those 2 away and go into the proxy afterwards. But yeah, and then return on that. And then let's see, what else can we do from here? Obviously I didn't open everything that I needed, guys, but it's fine, because you should optimally, if you haven't noticed, I don't believe I opened any dangers, which is the main engine to get everything else out. Because I should have like a Jackalope or Bigfoot, just something else to get to your second Saryuja. But that's fine, because from here you can still do stuff. So like link 2, counter that as link 1 for spheres. And then, oh shoot, yeah, they're just breaking the board right there like a kaiju.
Just, smash it.
So yeah, this is obviously not as optimal. What you're supposed to end on, realistically, is that this is supposed to come out here, and then this will be over here for whatever thing. That's in the way, so we'll just place it here. And then the extra link, as you can tell, there is ways to, you either end with this or something else, and then the monster here, I'll hint at it, it's a link 1. That's relatively easy. There's one of 3 link 1s that you can end up with up here. But yeah. So with spheres, basically what this does, this protects this stops something in the damage step. It's like if they try to boost something, this can negate it. This is a direct counter to dinos, or anything that if they're trying to go for game, but you still have this. This is a quick effect that they can't respond to flip this to defense. And so, and then the other thing is just end phase, or their standby phase, or their end phase. You either what I do is end phase, bring this out, so I have another monster, and if they have like their Sanctuary or Mystic Mine even, like if they still have more monsters and they're not stopping you with Mystic Mine, just get rid of it. And then of course standby phase as well, effective Arc Braid to special dads. So this is usually what you're supposed to end up with, and sometimes you might get lucky enough to where you have leftover level 8s for number 38. And so this right here, guys, is what you should be ending up with if the combo is done correctly and if you have enough recursion. Because again, with the second star usually you want to draw the succession if you don't already open it or search it with the other ib. Because what I just showed you guys is why I don't search this over this. If I open this and that, then we're good there. But yeah, this should be your opening board, and you might have a couple calls set too. But yeah.
Only you can stop dragons.
Yeah.
What the hell? What, is this too much?
Nah, it's just, I've never seen the piece that pretty. But
Well, I'm not a knight, but you know, this is the closest I'm gonna get to one.
right, because chivalry's dead, right? Anywho.
Accurate. Accurate.
Damn it.
Thank you for the deck profile. That was interesting, and the combo tutorial. I'm
Not a
sure
problem.
the audience will get a giggle out of that. Also, if as recording this, I haven't done it yet, but I'm gonna put like notes in there, words. It'll be funny.
Sure.
I'll have
Fine
little
with that.
editors jokes in there.
Oh yeah.
So for those of you who are watching and were wondering what that is, that was me.
Right.
Throwing words in there to, make Steven look like a dick. Not that that was really that hard. I'm just kidding.
My God. Jesus.
just tossed you right under
Whee!
the bus.
What else is new? But anywho.
All right. I believe you said you had shout-outs. You wanted to do shout-outs.
So again, shout out to the Kaiba group. Alan Nails actually finally has a YouTube channel, so go check out Seto no Kaiba or Black Kaiba. And then again, Massey, he got 7th with Danger Guardragon Blue Eyes a couple months back, last format when we had 95, and it was easier to do that combo and then some. And then shout out to Anthony, the last forward regional, he got his invite. I am hoping to do the same this invite, or this next regional, we'll see. Shout out to Alex in Hawaii. Shout out to Michael Slim. He's always fun to watch his YouTube channels and whatnot, and he's a good friend as well. And then shout out to Thinking and Geeking, Ben, a buddy of ours. And then
His
last
first shout-out.
right? Something like that.
He's going to be watching this video going, finally!
Yeah, and then it's just like, and then the back of his like, wait, screw you guys. And then lastly, our little group of myself, my friend Wes, and Gifford. Shout out to Dalton's Kids. It's a play on words with our buddy Dalton, who just never shows up. But we just like, oh yeah, he's still alive. And then shout out to Epic Cards and Games, the best locals, in my opinion, in the nation, but definitely the best in Texas. Specifically, shout out to Robert McNett. He made day 2. I haven't been able to check any updates for YCS Knoxville because we're in the middle of nowhere, so internet kind of sucks. Cause yeah, but yeah, that's about it. Just wanted to show off this for his channel, and yeah, give y'all something else to bitch about Blue Eyes with. Anywho, anything that you have to add?
I think you forgot somebody in your shout-outs.
Huh, I wonder. There's Edwin and... Oh yeah! Ben 10,000 of YGO for letting me actually be here. I was never forgetting you. That was just
about to be
make
all
sure.
I was about to be like, I think you forgot somebody.
Oh, yeah. That was the plan.
That was the plan.
That was the end game.
Oh! All the puns. All the puns.
Anyways.
All right,
yep.
if you enjoyed this guest upload, guys, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. I know the Blue Eyes deck is definitely not my forte, but definitely is Steven's here.
I've been playing it for 6 years. I have been dubbed the best Blue Eyes player in the DFW. Not my bragging. I've had 5 people tell me this, so I'm just like, whatever works. That's fine. So, Texan Kaiba is down here. We got Canadian Kaiba up there. Alan Nails is somewhere. He's Seto Kaiba, so all the Kaiba men are around.
It sounds so wrong. You sound like a gang.
Oh my god. We might be. I don't know.
The Yu-Gi-Oh gang.
God.
Alright guys, I'm Ben 2000 Wide Joe. I'm your friendly neighborhood Yu-Gi-Oh superhero, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.